Hello. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And today we are going to look at an image of a given function. And just in case you are watching this video for the first time, or you're watching any video on this particular channel for the first time, please don't forget to press that subscribing button, because you are missing out. You are really missing it. You are missing out. Otherwise, let's get into it. Inverse function. Now, what is an inverse function? Though I didn't put the definition, you are going to realize that an inverse of a given function is a function that gives the exact opposite of that particular given function. So, like for example, we have been given this function. So the inverse of this function is going to give us the opposite of this. That's the simplest definition which you can use for inverse function. So now, how do you work out an inverse of a given function? So how do you work out? The first thing, there are stages. So the first thing you do is you let beta y to be equal to the given function. In this case, you have been given a function of f. A function of f. So after that, we substitute. It means that now this f of x has become 1. So where there is f of x, we are going to put y is equal to square root of 3x plus 8. Now, after you have done, you have expressed it in terms of y, you will have to make x the subject of the formula. Now the question comes in, how do you make x the subject of the formula? And when you look at our problem here on the board, it has got a root. So it means that the first thing we have to do is to get rid of the root so that we can make the x the subject of the formula. Just a reminder, when you look at indices, this root, the square root, is as good as 1 over 2. So this is as good as, let me write it like this. 3x plus 8 to the power 1 over 2. See? So now we have to look for a number such that that number, when we introduce it on both sides, it can give us, when you multiply it by 1 over 2, it can give us 1. What number is that? When you just look at this, 1 over 2 times 2. This will give us 1 times 2, 2. 2 times 1, 2. So this gives us 1. So in this case, we are going to introduce a square on both sides. Or we are going to square both sides. Remember, that's why we say we don't cancel, but we multiply and then it gives us 1, because the power 1 we don't usually write it. So this becomes y squared is equal to this and this multiplies, because they are going to get 1. So we remain with 3x plus 8, making 3 the subject of the formula. So now we want to make x the subject of the formula. So whatever has got no x, we have to isolate it. Like we take it to the side where everything else which we don't need, which doesn't have an x in it, is sitting. So in this case, you can see y has got nothing to do with x. So whatever has got nothing to do with x, this side should be taken away, so that we remain with what? X. Or a term in x. So this will become y squared. Positive 8 goes to the other side, it becomes negative 8, which is equal to 3x. Again, we want to make sure that x remains alone. So how do we remain with x alone? Is by dividing by 3, or we multiply both sides by the reciprocal of 3 in some instances, because we can multiply it by 1 over 3. Or we just divide by 3 on both sides. And this is the short rule. So this divides. So we remain with y squared minus 8 over 3. So this can be written as x is equal to y squared minus 8 over 3. Now someone might just be wondering, but how come? Why has this man written x is equal to y squared minus 8 over 3? The issue here is that if, for example, a is equal to b, then I'm also at liberty to write it as what? b is equal to a. Have you seen? So even this, in this case, if y squared minus 8 over 3 is equal to x, I'm at liberty to write it as x is equal to y squared minus 8 over 3, using this just simple principle. So from here, we interchange, or maybe interchange x for y. So meaning where there is x we put y, and where there is y we put x. So this becomes x squared minus 8 over 3. Remember, we have been asked to find the inverse of f. So we are not yet done. So we have to write now, therefore, f inverse of x must give us x squared minus 8 over 3. So this is the opposite of this particular function. So we go now to b. Okay, so now let us take a look at the second question, which is f of x is equal to half x plus 5. As usual, again, the first thing which you have to do is relate y to be equal to f of x. Then what do we do next? We substitute, just like what we did in the previous example. We substitute f of x for y. So it becomes y is equal to 1 over 2x plus 5. Again, we have to make x be the what? The subject of the formula. And how do we make it? By isolating everything which has got nothing to do with x. So in this case, 5 on this side doesn't have anything to do with x. Therefore, we take it to where y is. You find, let's go the other side. So it will be y minus, remember this is positive, it goes to the other side of the cosine becomes negative 5. It's equal to 1 over 2x. Then, okay, this side we have got a single fraction. This side we have got this term, these two terms can be referred to as being a whole number in short. So we make the other side also a fraction. So I'm going to multiply 1 times 1x, it's x. Then this is 2 times y minus 5. So this will be x is equal to 2x minus 5. Also, 2 times negative 5, negative 10. So interchanging to y. Interchanging for x, we put 1, and then where there is 1, we put x. So this becomes 2x minus 10. Again, we have to remember that they are asking us to find the inverse of x. So this has to be written as now 2x minus 10. So you can see again here, we have found the opposite of this function. It is this one. So what will be next? Let us take a look at the third example. So the third example is g on x is equal to 7x. So what do we do? Again, we let y to be equal to g of x. So it means that now it has become y is equal to 7x. Now when you look at it again, we are making x the subject to the formula, not 7x. So we have to make sure that whatever is not x, it has to be gotten rid of. So in this case, we divide or multiply this function by the reciprocal of 7. So divide by 7, divide by 7. So we have x is equal to y over 7. I'm sure I've already explained about the reason why there are no check signs which are changing. I explained in the first example. Then here we interchange. So where there is x, we put y, and then where there is y, we put x. So this gives us, therefore, g inverse of x will be equal to x over 7. That's how we work out such a question. With our last question, again, we just let the same thing. Let y to be equal to g on x. So that now y becomes the subject of the function, which is 4x plus 3, making x the subject of the formula where I isolate everything. So this remains divided by 4 divided by 4. So we divide. Our x now is y minus 3. Or in short, you have made x the surface of the formula. Interchanging for x, where there is x we put y, and where there is y we put x minus 3 divided by 4. Therefore, g inverse of x is equal to x minus 3 over 4. So that's the answer. So this is how you simplify, or this is how you find the inverse of a given function. I hope you have benefited from this lesson. Thank you for watching, and if you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe. Thank you. See you in the next video.